This video is all about constructor and inheritance. So in this video, I'll be answering your questions like why constructor, why inheritance, what do you mean by constructor and inheritance, why are they used and where are they used. So the agenda includes introduction to constructor, introduction to inheritance, Python code for constructor and Python code for inheritance. All languages, constructor and inheritance meaning remains the same. So welcome to Syntax Error. I'm Pratiksha Jain and be with me in this video. Starting with the constructor. Constructors are special member functions. Now why are they special? Because they are called automatically when an object is created. Now how they are called automatically? Let us see an example. So here an object is created named A1, that is a new object of class add. Constructors are generally used for initiating an object using the definitions found in your class. So here I have created an object A1 as I said of class add. Now the class add constructor, that is init, says that there should be two parameters to be passed while creating an object for add. The name of the constructor is always the same, that is init, as the arrow is pointing towards the init function. The constructor can accept arguments when necessary to create the object. Let me use a pen. You can see here two values have been passed, that is 100 and 200. That is because you're in the add class, here is an init constructor which is asking for two parameters, that is f and s. This can be any parameters, you can write any name over here. We just need to pass values while we have created an object. So when you create a class without a constructor, Python automatically creates a default constructor for you that doesn't do anything. Default constructor in the sense, here we are passing f and s, but Python will not pass f and s. It will simply write def, init and self. Def is a way of writing a function. This was all about constructor. Let's look after inheritance. Talking about the inheritance, then for example, there is a kid and that kid can use each and everything that his or her parents has. So inheritance allows you to define a class that inherits all the methods and property from another class. Here you can see that a kid can use all the things that his or her parents has. Suppose his parents has money, his parents has a house, then that money and that house will belong to that kid also. This is what you mean by inheritance. Parent class is a class being inherited, also called as base class and superclass. This parent class is being inherited by the kid, so it is also called as a base class and also as a superclass. Child class is a class that inherits from another class. Exactly. So here the kid is using all the properties of his parents, but it is also using some of his properties. So it is also called as a derived class and subclass. Derived class because it is derived from a parent class or a base class or a superclass. It is just code for constructor and then we'll be coding for inheritance. And let me know in the comments if you guys need a constructor and inheritance video in Java. For Python coding, I'm going to mostly use PyCharm. You can also go for ideally, that is which you get by default when you download the Python. So for PyCharm, if you want to create a new project, then go to new project, set the location for that project, go here, and already this might be selected in your system. Then go and select your whichever Python version you have. So I'm keeping it as same and I'm not creating it because I have already created one. Then make a right click on that, go to new. You can click on file or you can also select Python file HTML, whichever you want. So we are working on Python file. So I'll simply select Python file and I'll give you the file name that I have already created, constructor.py. You don't need to write .py while creating the file because we are by default creating a Python file. So the system understands that it is a Python file and it will by default give its extension, that is .py. So let us begin with the coding. So I'm going to start with default constructor. Default constructor doesn't take any parameter. So let us see how it works. So I'm creating a class name, suppose ABC. Suppose a class name syntax error. In Python, you don't need to give any indentation using curly braces as we do in Java. You just need to put semicolon over here and you need to click enter. So it will automatically create some indentation for you. And inside the class, I'm going to write a function, but that function is going to be init. That is my default constructor. And look, I'm not going to pass here any of the parameters because I'm working with default constructor which doesn't accept any parameters. So I'm going to simply write here self dot syntax self dot se. Now se is any variable name. This self makes it possible to send values to the default constructor. So this se is simply a variable. You can give any name to that. Then I'm storing here a string name syntax error. I'm simply storing here a name syntax error. Name as a string. I'll do enter and I'll try to print this using a function. So I'll name the function as display. And over here also I need to mention self. I'm just going to write a print self.se. Okay, this is my default constructor and this is my complete class. And inside a class I have a constructor and also I have a display function that is going to print the value for me. So, and yes, one more thing, you don't need to write semicolons in Python because by default, even if you write your semicolon, it won't give an error. But unlike Java, you don't need to write your semicolons for each statement. So I'll simply create an object for my class syntax error. So I'll write your object 1 is equal to syntax error, my class. Now have a look here that I'm not passing any of the arguments here. The example which we saw during the introduction of constructor, there I had passed two parameters. Because that was parameterized constructor. But here it is a default constructor. So I'm not going to pass anything over here. And I'm just going to write here obj1 dot and I'm going to call this display function. I'm not going to call init function. Sorry, display. Let's run this. Right click on this file and run construct. It's working. Yeah, it printed syntax error because in display I have passed your print function and inside that I have passed your self.se and I know that se is my variable which shows syntax error string, so it will return me syntax error. This is how default constructor works. Now let's have some modifications in this and go for parameterized constructor. So I'll pass your name. I have simply return your name. So now let me run this again. It will give an error. See, it will give an error saying that one required positional argument name is missing because I have written here a parameter name, but I have not passed here anything during the object creation. So I need to pass here a name. Suppose I pass you Pratiksha. Now it won't give an error. Yet, yes, it is printing syntax error again because I haven't printed Pratiksha yet. I have just passed that value. So to make it print, I can write your print name. Let's see if it works. Yes, it is working fine. It is printing Pratiksha and then it is printing syntax error. Now, why is it printing Pratiksha first? Though I wrote print cell.se in display. And I have and one more thing, I haven't called init function over here. Init is the by default constructor, and here I have called display function. Then why is it printing name first? It is because I have simply asked my code to print the name first when the object is created, and then go for other functions or other code of line. Now let me just cut this from here. And yes, one more thing. Now, if I want to access this name parameter over here, then I can't directly write your print name as I wrote in a constructor, that is in init. Let's see if it prints or it gives an error. See, it is giving an error. The name is not defined because that is in constructor and that is not yet ready to be used by any other function. So to make it used by other function, I need to write a self dot name. You can give any variable, I'm telling you again, and I'm going to write a name again. This name is this. Let me just make it more clear. Let me write your n so that you will understand that I'm passing this name over here. Okay, and I'll be writing your self dot name and not just name. Now it won't give an error. Let us just run the program again. Okay, syntax error, object has no attribute name. It doesn't have any attribute name because we have stored in n. So I need to write here n. Now let's check. Okay, it is working fine. This was all about parameterized and default constructor. Let's have some more modifications in this program. Suppose I have asked you name over here. Let me ask, okay, let me write here first and then we'll be passing here. Okay, so I'll write your joining date. When did I join my YouTube channel? So it's int, so I'll write your 2020 and I'll pass your joining date and I'll pass your, you can write anything over here. So I'm writing your JD. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, it worked fine. I forgot to print it again. I'm printing it here itself. I'll write here JD. Yes, 2020 syntax error Pratiksha. This is how default constructor and parameterized constructor works in Python. It works the same in Java also, but Java language is, the syntax of the Java is different from Python, and Java has copy constructor also. So that is something different about Java. And this was all about Python. So let us go for inheritance in Python. I have taken the same example here. Only the change is I'll be creating one more class named topics. And then I'll be writing your def in it. And with the help of super keyword, I'll be calling init function of syntax error class. And by calling this init function of syntax error class, I'll be passing this name and JD value, that is joining date, via topics class and not using syntax error class. So I'll be writing your name, comma, JD. And I also need to write your name, comma, JD. And now the way we created this object for syntax error class will be same creating it for topics class. Think here, I have just copy pasted that. I'll write here topics. Let's pass Pratiksha and joining date as same. I just need to change the class name. It's okay if I don't change the object name because by default I'm using topic class object name and I don't have a display function in topics class. So let's see which display function will this class print. And I need to write your syntax error because I'm inheriting the properties of syntax error class into my topics class. So let's run this. Okay, so both the classes are printing the same value. This is because the object of topics don't have any display function in objects in topics class, but it has a display function in its parent class. So it has called display function of syntax error. Now, if I give a display function in topics class, then let's see what happens. And let me print some values. If I print Python, I'll print Java, HTML, PHP, cryptography, and etc. Now do you see the difference? The syntax error class is printing 220 syntax error and Pratiksha, but class topic is printing 220 and the display function of its own class. It is not printing the display function. It is not printing the values of syntax error display function. This is what is inheritance. Here I'm using the properties of my parent class inside my child class. Now, if you are thinking that I'm passing this name and JD in my super class init, that doesn't mean that I can't print it over here itself. I can print it even here in my class topic. So let us print name and let us print JD. You see this? Pratiksha and 2020 got printed over here. And now why 2020 is getting printed 2 times? It is because the super init is asking to perform all the functions or all the steps or the code which is written inside the parent class init function and then go for topics class code. Because of that, it is printing 2 times 2020. And if I don't print your JD, then it won't print 2022 times.